Alright, if you ever wanted your dream shiny in PokeMMO, this is the best way to actually go out there and make it happen. We're going to be doing something called an egg shiny hunt or egg breeding. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in today's video. So basically, what you're going to need is you're going to need about 300 of your target breed. So these are often rare Pokemon you can barely find in the wild. Something you'll need lures like starter Pokemon, or something else that make it really hard to encounter them like Phenos. So I'm going to throw a picture on the screen right now showing all the shiny rarity groups. You can see there's a huge egg groups in here with like a lot of starters and other Pokemon that are just really rare and hard to get. So all these Pokemon are the best ways you're going to be doing is through an egg breed. So the ones underneath it, there's going to be an easier way, but all the ones in the egg group like a Charizard, a Metagross, an Eevee, other Pokemon like that you can see here, those are the ones you are going to be looking for in this strategy. So this is not a beginner shiny hunting strategy. It is very expensive. It takes a lot of time and you need to know a little bit about what you're doing. But after this video, you'll be ready to go. But it is expensive. But when you get your dream shiny, it'll be worth it. A cool shiny that you actually want. So let's get right into it. Alright, so I touched on it a little bit, but what is egg shiny hunting? Egg shiny hunting is basically when you have about 300 of your target breed. So in my case, I'm going for a shiny Drillbur, eventually an Excadrill. So I'm going to need a bunch of them. So right now, I only have a few. As you can see, I'm still working on collecting all of them. This is important. It's something you don't just go out and buy all at once. If you try to buy them all instantly, the price is going to shoot up. So just slowly collect them over time. This will help you with pricing, and just keep buying a few every day at a target price that you're happy with buying them in between, and eventually you will hit the final number of however many Pokemon you want to breed in this shiny hunt. So we're aiming for about 300 of your target Pokemon because this is about the maximum that you can actually breed during a shiny charm, so in an hour. And then we'll also need 300 breeders to go with them. So depending on the shiny you're going for, you can either use male breeders or you can use Dittos. For Pokemon with low female rates like starters, Eevees, and Charizard and stuff like that, the female rate is around 12%. So it's usually cheaper just to buy the males and pair them with a Ditto. So you'll need 300 of your target Pokemon and then 300 Dittos or the male in the egg group that you can breed with them. For something like a Drillbur, it is about a 50-50 male-female ratio, so it is definitely a little bit easier of an egg hunt. So I'm going to end up with roughly half males and half female Drillburs, and so I'll be using a mix of Dittos and male field egg group breeders to match with that. So if you're looking how to check what egg group your Pokemon is in, if you just pull up your Pokedex and hit N, and then it'll show you exactly which egg group it belongs to right here, so you'll know exactly what breeders you'll need to pair it with. Alright, so before we actually get started breeding, let's go over what we're going to need. First off, the shiny rate. For both eggs and wild encounters, the base shiny rate is 1 in 30,000. So yeah, we're going to need a lot of eggs to get this done. But there are a couple ways to bring the odds down. First, we're going to be using a shiny charm, and I've learned this one the hard way if you saw my last video. You will need to have the shiny charm active while you're creating the eggs, not while you're hatching them. The shiny chance is determined when the egg is created, so it's super important not to do it while you're hatching the eggs. With the shiny charm active, while breeding, your odds drop to around 1 in 27,000. On top of that, if you can afford it, I would highly recommend picking up donator status off the GTL, or you can buy it with real money. This also brings your odds down to about 1 in 24,000. Also makes your eggs hatch faster. And with the amount of eggs we're going to be going through, that extra speed will save you a ton of time. Alright, so we know what we need. We have our Pokemon all ready to go. So now that we have all that, let's talk about how we're actually going to breed these Pokemons. Once you have everything, set up your boxes like I have here with the male and female breeders right beside each other. This just helps keep the process super smooth, and you can just breed them a lot faster than if you had to search through all the boxes of your breeders and then all the boxes of your male breeders. So you can just go through them one by one, keep breeding them back to back. All you have to do is head over to the daycare, find the breeder, and since the newer updates, this has made this a lot easier because you can just send them right to your box and it'll just be a lot more smooth and a lot faster. So just select the two Pokemon you want to breed, hit confirm twice, you're good to go, and then talk to the breeder again and just keep repeating this process over and over until you have bred all of your eggs. Alright, now we have about 300 eggs in our PC, in our box, ready to hatch, and this is the easy part but also one of the most time consuming part. We just have to hatch the eggs. So the couple things that we want to have still is we definitely would like to have donator status again. It helps. It's not necessary, but it does increase your hatch speed by 20%, which over 100 of eggs will save you a lot of time. The next thing you want is to make sure you have a flame body Pokemon in your incubator slot. So with the new updates, you can just have one and leave it there forever. So you can see my Magmar here. He's doing the flame body job, and they're very easy to get. If you don't have one, just open up the GTL, search for the ability Flame Body, and go grab one. From there, it's simple. Just keep hitting remove all and refill all until you're through all of your eggs. During this time, I would recommend going and doing a gym rerun, doing some sort of other money-making method, maybe go farm some Dittos, something like that, just to kind of keep your money back up, because you're about to be spending a lot more again as soon as you're through all these eggs. Another setting you're definitely going to want to turn on is the show only shiny egg hatches. So you don't have to watch all 6 of your eggs hatch every single time, but it'll only show up if you get a shiny, and that is what everyone dreams of. So you definitely don't want to skip that animation, but this will save you a ton of times as well. And that's it. That's your first shiny hunt. The first one is going to be the most expensive, but the good news is once you have your base 300 Pokemon, like my Drillburs, you won't need to buy any more of those again, because once you breed them, you're going to get a Drillbur back. The only thing you're going to need to keep rebuying is the breeders. So every run, actually, the first one will be the most expensive, then the runs after that will be a little bit cheaper because you're only paying for the breeders. So it's not that hard, it's pretty simple, but it is time consuming and takes a lot of money and planning to get it all ready to go. But in the end, you're going to have your absolute dream shiny, something rare, and that something not many people in the PokeMMO community have. So now the scary and the sad and the scary part, let's talk about the cost of Pokemon egg breeding. Alright, so let's talk about the cost. So depending on what your target Pokemon is, it could be expensive or cheaper, depending on what you're looking for, but I'm going to base this off a 300 egg batch. So for my Drillburs, I have been buying them at around 6,000 Pokeyen per Drillbur. So we're going to times that by 300, which is 1.8 million Pokeyen. For my breeders, the male field costs around 3,000, maybe a bit less if I'm lucky. And then the Dittos cost around 5. So we'll meet that in the middle at about 4,000. And I need 300 of those as well. So that is going to be 1.2 million. So just in your breeders alone, you're looking at a $3 million base cost. And as well as that, you're going to want donator status and shiny charms, which donator status is about 700,000 for a 7-day, and shiny charms are about 150,000 per hour. So that's going to take us to just under 4 million, 3.85 million Pokeyen per breed, and that's only 300, and we would need 300. We need 30,000 for the shiny chances, so it could take you even longer. I'm hoping for everyone's sake it takes you shorter, but this is definitely not a cheap way to get a shiny, but if you really want a specific shiny, this is the best and easiest way to make it happen. And after your first run, it only gets cheaper because you only need to spend the 1.2 million for the breeders, and if you're looking at Dittos, it's going to be a lot more than that. But again, this is for your dream shiny. This is for one that no one has, and you put in the work that no one else wanted to get this crazy shiny. So that's it. I hope this video really helped you. I hope you learned something along the way. I probably missed a few things, and there are a lot of really smart people in the PokeMMO community. So go and check the comments, see what people are saying, see if there's any tips or tricks that I have missed here, but the people down below are letting us know. I'll be replying to every single comment that's down there, so there are always a ton of helpful ones that I've been reading, so go check that out. If this video helped you out, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and if you made it to the end of the video, we got a lot more content coming. Shiny hunting, I need to get this Drillbur, as well as other money-making methods that are going to help me be able to get this shiny Drillbur, because as we just went over, it is very expensive, and it is kind of a grind, but the mission starts now. Let me know what Pokemon you guys are going to be looking for in your first shiny egg hunt. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.